What's going on, guys? As you are joining, what's up? What's up? Let's go.
Happy Monday, everyone.
What's good, y'all? What's good? As you are tapping in, as you are joining, we always want to know where you are joining us from, what city and state, which is most important. We want to know where you are joining us from. We will be repurposing this as a podcast as well, so you guys will be tapping into both. Of course.
Who knew? So, what city and state are you from? Happy Monday. It feels like it should be Thursday already, but here we are on this Monday evening. Thanks for tapping in with us. Let us know where you're from.
Yes. And I want to give you guys some clarity. So we are on YouTube Live. So if you're watching us on Instagram, we have YouTube Live up. So we're tapping in from there. And then YouTube, we are also on Instagram Live. So we're giving people a different experience. We like YouTube a little bit better because we can manage the comment flow. We can see everything on one big screen. But Instagram, we know it's a lot easier for people to get to, a lot easier for people to tap in from. And you just hit connect. So here we are on both.
So we had Connecticut, Wisconsin. We literally just started, Fernando. I see that you have a question already, but we're just saying hello. So hi to you too before we jump into a question. And the questions will probably be easier to just drop in the question box because people are just going to be coming in, and it's hard to keep track of it. So I would say to drop it in there. Houston, New York, DC. Real Men Get It Done. Hello.
What up, Corey?
Where else are people from that are rolling in and tapping?
We got Milwaukee, Connecticut. That's what's up. DC as always. If you guys don't know, we are born and raised in Brooklyn, New York.
Yes.
We've been living in Dallas, Texas for about 7 years. Shout outs to E Banks from Atlanta, Georgia, tapping in.
Atlanta's always in the house, so appreciate that.
And we are going to use this week to celebrate the launch of our cleaning business. 6 years ago, this month, we literally launched our cleaning business.
And here in Dallas, Texas.
And since we don't have a physical storefront, since we don't have anything physical, it's all digital, it's all online. So we, over the last 3 years, we kind of do a celebratory thing, celebratory week, where we go live for the entire week. So you guys are joining us from day one, and we truly appreciate it. And we will be giving game. We'll be answering questions about the remote cleaning business, how we've done it over the past 6 years, and also giving you guys our journey, our stories, our testimonials, but then also making sure you guys get as much game as possible. Is that fair? Drop a 1 in the chat if that sounds fair.
And on top of that, while we're going through this, some people, you may hear information. If you didn't know, we have a course. Our course is highly discounted this week until we say stop. So you always can find that at cleaningbusinessuniversity.com/Black Friday, if I'm not mistaken. If you're interested in that, and we will continue to provide information, but we do want to put that out there that our course is the cheapest that it will be forever, essentially.
Detroit, what up? What up?
Forever.
So we'll go ahead and get started, y'all. So we don't know where you guys are joining us from. Let us know. Drop a 2 in the chat if you are day ones, meaning you've been here for some time. You know who we are and what we do. Drop a 3 in the chat if you are brand new, whether you're on YouTube or Instagram, and this is the first time you are hearing us speak live. So 3 if you are brand new. Drop a 2 if you're some of our day one, some of our OGs.
You've been here for a while. Maybe just been here for a while. Because some people not necessarily OG, just been here for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Natalie, it's her first time. People from IG, it seems to be
okay. We got some
people first time.
Okay.
Right.
So this is always important. We like to find out where people are tapping in from because we do a lot of social media marketing. We do a lot of email marketing, text marketing, and some people don't even know us from a hole in the wall. They might see an ad, they might hit follow, and that's the only time they've heard of us or seen us speak. So we like to give you guys some background, and we'll kind of start there. Shout out to my OGs who've been here for a while, and shout out to the new people too, because hopefully you guys get enough value where you stick around, you'll show up, and we'll see you guys, and you'll be OGs in the next 3 to 5 years as well.
5 months.
Or 3 to 5 months. 3 to 5 months.
They don't have to take that long. Well, let's see. So you spoke about Brooklyn. So we're from Brooklyn, New York, been in Dallas, Texas for the past 7 years now. We have a baby girl that's about 20 months old. We started this cleaning business while we were paying off debt. We paid off, $114,000 of debt in 23 months. And we did that by raising our income along with starting this cleaning business. Since then, we've been in business for the past 6 years, closing in on $2 million in revenue in our business. But then our students, we've been teaching now for the past 3 years, and they're closing in on $13 million in revenue in over 42 plus states. So that's a little bit about who we are, a bit of background of what makes us want to sit here and talk to you guys. And so we teach people how to have a cleaning business remotely without having to clean any jobs, without having to do the work, basically.
Yep. So you guys got a little bit of background on us, and we like to do that because, again, we don't know who's joining us and where you guys are joining us from in terms of your journey with us. So we like to kind of set the precedence that we are cleaning business owners, but we don't clean any houses. And we'll talk about how we've started this journey. So 6 years ago, I literally was like, we had $114,000 of debt, and probably 6.5 years ago, I told my wife, listen, we're going to start this cleaning business. And she said, absolutely not. But the thing that I didn't clarify with my wife, and I realized a lot of people come to us and they're like, I can't get my spouse on board with these ideas, is because you don't fully flesh out what the conversation is going to be. So the next time I came around to Janoka and I said, we're going to start this cleaning business, I said, we're not going to clean houses, and here's how we're going to do it. And I outlined a step-by-step for us being able to do that and how we're going to start this business without us actually having to clean houses. To date, we've done over 8,000 jobs, and we've actually been to 2 of them.
2 jobs? Oh, because you wanted to go, not because we had to
go. 2 out of 8,000 jobs. We're going to talk about that down the week and some of our first jobs. But we got Dallas, Texas in the house shop. We got the Colony in here. Okay. So as we were going through this journey, especially at the very beginning, we said, how can we build this business outside of our 9-to-5s, but then also allowing us to continue to grow our income and also continuing to help people.
But what we want to focus on today is why you should do it, right? So some of you in here may have the course, some of you may be on the fence, some of you may be like, why a cleaning business in general? So that's kind of why we want to focus on today, the business, how it can change your life, how it can help you, things like that. So we're going to say 10 different benefits that we found and our students have found with starting the cleaning business. Okay.
And some of those benefits are going to apply to more things than just the cleaning business.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to a young lady today, and she was like, what do you guys do outside the cleaning business? And if you guys are Cleaning Business University students, that's our modules. That's our step-by-step walkthrough on how you can start and scale a remote cleaning business. Drop CBU in the chat. I want to see where our students are. Huh?
You can pin it.
Oh, pin what?
The link.
Oh, okay. We're on YouTube as well, so we'll figure that out. But drop CBU in the chat if you are one of our students, so we can know who we're talking to. But we didn't realize the benefits of owning this remote cleaning business until we were about 3 years in.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the first 2 years were just absolutely us. It was hell. It was trying to figure it out. It was the ups and downs. It was our first business, and we didn't have any experience. We didn't have any background in this. We didn't have any experience. All we had was our 9-to-5 jobs. And this was our first business, our first venture of us trying to figure this out. So there was a lot of ups and downs within that first 2 years. But probably by year 3, we were like, all right, we got something here. We can see the benefit. We understand it. And now we're going to talk about some of those benefits that we've realized over the course of these 6.5 years of us starting this business.
So the first thing that everybody always thinks about money. Now, as he said, this business was our first business. We were paying off debt while we started this business. We both still had our 9-to-5s, and we were side hustling like crazy. So we had enough money to be paying off debt and to start the business. So people always say, how much does it cost? Why would you start the business, etc.? So it is a low-cost startup business. When we say low-cost startup, we're talking between $1,500 to $2,000 to start your business. And that doesn't mean that you're just putting that out on day one. It doesn't mean that you just, you get our course and then you have to give $2,000 to somebody right away. That's including like getting an LLC. That's including opening your business bank account, marketing, all those type of things. That is all including that. So it doesn't require a hefty budget to get this started, which is important for everyone, right? People want to be entrepreneurs, people want a business, people want things outside of their 9-to-5. However, it still needs to be affordable. And with this business, it is affordable. As I said, we say $1,500 to $2,000, but that's maybe paying $300 one week, $250 another week, so on and so forth. So with it being a low-cost startup, that is beneficial automatically. So that's the first thing that we would say would be the benefit when getting this business started, which was important for us while we were trying to pay off debt, because that was our focus at the time, at least.
And this is one of those businesses that we say that if you can't lose if you keep going. Like if you don't quit in this business, you cannot lose. Now that may sound like, well, that's common sense, right? But there's a lot of businesses that will drain you physically, mentally, emotionally. Now, this is not one of those businesses. Yes, it can get hard at times. It could be mentally draining in stints. But this is one of those things where you can't lose if you keep going. We said we've been doing this for 6 years now. We got a lot of people who started alongside with us that are no longer here. We got people who are like, I'm in this to win this. But we didn't have that mentality when we first started. We was like, we just want to see how this thing goes. But we tell people all the time, if you get in this business, you cannot lose if you keep going. Now we do about $500,000 to $600,000 a year. Now we've done over $2 million or closing in on $2 million. But then more importantly, our students have done over $10 million. And if they've been able to do that in about 2.5, 3 years, imagine what it's going to look like in another 2.5, 3 years. If we got students who are closing in on their first million right now, we got people who are closing in on $500,000 in their second year. Imagine what's going to look like in year 3, in year 4, or year 5, or year 6. Our students will be way further along than we have. And we understand that, which is why we keep showing up. We keep trying to give people encouragement. We keep trying to let people know that this is a real thing that can bring real opportunities for you. So some of the things that this also has allowed us to do is like get our time freedom back. I don't know, which one did you want to go to next? I'll let you guide. I'll let you guide because she got the list. I'm just going off the head. Y'all know how I do. I get in my bag. I just go off the head.
You can go with time if you want. You go with that one.
So you want to go time?
Yeah.
So time was important to us. Time was a huge component to us starting a business because remember, we both worked. We said earlier that we both worked 9 to 5 jobs. So we didn't have the ability to go out and do any cleanings, like physically go out and clean homes. How many cleaners we got in the chat right now? Drop a 4 in the chat.
You won't lose track of your numbers.
Drop a 4 in the chat if you actually are a cleaner, physically going out and cleaning homes. And we more respect and more power to you guys.
But then the other part of it is we were also side hustling. So there's multiple things happening at once for us at the time when we started the business. We both had 9 to 5s. We were side hustling that we were working in the gym, meaning our time was being put somewhere, right? And we had other side hustles and we had a dog at the time. So us going out to clean was not possible because we didn't plan to leave our 9 to 5 or anything like that, right? So that's something that we were very mindful of at the very beginning, making sure that whatever we're deciding to do doesn't take up more time in our schedule. We enjoy traveling. We enjoy doing other things. So this could not be that, basically. That was a priority for us. Whatever we found, whatever side hustle or business we found to start, it cannot take up more time than what our other jobs are already doing, which is important. You have to decide, how important that is for you, but that was a priority for us when looking about starting this business.
That was super important because our goal was to pay off this debt. So we said we can't spend more time doing that thing like Janoka said. So we said this is going to be one of those things where we're going to dedicate our mental capacity more than our physical capacity. So what that allowed us to do is get that time freedom back. So we didn't have to physically go out and give our time to do cleanings. We said, how can we be able to generate more income by finding people who are doing the work with us or alongside us as cleaning partners? So let me explain the concept of what we do in our cleaning business, because I also think that's very important as well. So some people don't know that, especially if you're brand new, you don't know that we actually don't physically go out and clean houses. We actually never did. Well, we've done it 2 out of 8,000 plus jobs at this point, but we don't physically go out and clean homes. So what we call it is a remote cleaning business. That's the new term. That's the hot term, whatever you want to call it. We don't physically go out and clean homes. We work with independent contractors mainly who are qualified, who've been doing this for some time. They love cleaning and they can't find, it's a challenge for them to find work. It's a challenge for them to actually run and operate a business. If you are 99% in the field, how are you going to market your business? How are you going to advertise? How are you going to do customer service? Who's answering the phones? Who's getting you new clients? Who's nurturing those old clients? So we realized that there are people out there who just really enjoy what they're doing. They're like, I've been cleaning my whole life. I absolutely enjoy it. So we said we could partner with those individuals and we could help them find more work and we focus on all the things that they're not good at, that's how we're going to run our business. So that's how we run our quote unquote remote cleaning business without actually going out and cleaning houses. Does that make sense? Drop a yes in the chat if it makes sense. Drop a no if it doesn't. And I'm not going to re-explain.
And if it doesn't, what you going to do?
And if you drop a no, I'm not going to re-explain anyway. But
in relation to time freedom, also has location freedom, right? I think during the pandemic is when WFA started. Work from anywhere was a big deal. I've always worked from home since moving down from New York. So I've always worked from anywhere, if you will. So this was another thing when we talk about that time freedom, location freedom was just as important. We ran our business when we were in Maldives and Dubai, which was like an 8-9 hour time difference. And at that time, we didn't even have VAs in place. It was just kind of like WhatsApp with our contractors. But this being a time and location freedom is another perk in that all I need is a phone or a laptop to be able to run this business. And we all have a phone. We all have a I'll say a smartphone. We all have a smartphone in this day and age.
They definitely got a smartphone if y'all joining us from YouTube and Instagram. And if you're on YouTube right now, drop a like and make sure you subscribe to the page. Yeah. And if you're on Instagram, drop some hearts.
5,000, so that's exciting.
Drop some hearts if you're on Instagram.
But time and location freedom is what makes this business so attractive. Time, location freedom, low-cost startup is also makes it so attractive because who doesn't want to be able to be somewhere and have their business run and you not have to be in that place? Like we speak about that all the time. Maybe when Amazon first started, Jeff Bezos was involved, but
he was delivering packages early on.
He was delivering packages early on, but he is not going to be doing that now. So we have to have that business CEO mindset. That's why that's what we teach our students of. You don't need to do the work. As Anthony said, if you're doing the work and you're out in the field, how do you grow anything? If you're working 2-3 jobs a day, you can't answer phones. You don't have time for marketing. You still have a family. You still have a life. So time and location freedom is what makes, I think, this business the most valuable at this time, especially in the day and age that we live in, that people just don't want to be in the office or you want to just be traveling even more, contributing time to family, soccer games, all these things. So time, location freedom on top of it being a low-cost startup are all three benefits as to why we encourage people to start this business, cleaning business. Specifically.
So with the rise of remote work over the last 3 years, the pandemic and 2020 when the pandemic first hit, the rise of the remote worker has been through the roof and it hasn't come back down. Now it was cooled off over these last couple of years where we're starting to see more people going to the office, right? You got the huge offices are now opening again. They're opening the commercial spaces. Universities are back open again. But there are still a lot of people who are like, I want that remote living.
You got a taste.
You got a taste, and now you can never go back. Your mind has been exposed to something it's never been exposed to. And once your level of exposure changes, you can never shrink back to what you were before that. So now that we've all gotten a taste of this remote work, the past 3 years, everyone wants to be able to make money, enjoy their life, and live this remote lifestyle. That's one of the most important things for us where we're like, I want that time freedom back and I want that location freedom back. And remote work, the word remote has now given that to us. So there are some of you guys on here who were in the office. Like for me, I worked a 9-to-5 job. And right before the pandemic, I said we have to send the team to go working back home, right? I was like, we can't be in the office. It's people are getting sick. Let's close down the office. I was like, let's allow the team to work remote. And we did absolutely better during the pandemic. When I worked in IT for 15 years and my team went remote. I had a team of 30 and all of them went remote for that time being. And when we opened the office back, probably about half of them quit. And the reason that, and I'm being serious, and the reason that half of our teammates quit was because that they got the taste of that lifestyle. And once you get that taste and once you get that exposure, you can never go back to what you knew before then. So it's really hard to put somebody back into a box that you have now taken them out of. You take a lion out of a cage and then you put him back in one. It's like, wait a minute. It's like, all right, I got you. She wants the analogy.
I don't need it. I'm good. I was going to answer a question.
You already know. Hold on. So when you take a lion out of the jungle, right? And you put him in a cage. Right, you guys following? You follow?
But the lion usually adapts to his new environment. I'm thinking like a zoo. He adapts.
Yeah, but when you take it, I'm giving you the level of exposure now.
Okay.
So when he gets out of that cage, he won't be the king of the jungle anymore. He lost his way because he's like, I was exposed to this, and then you put me in this new environment, and you got me out of here. I don't know how to adapt. I don't want to. I lose my confidence now, right? So when we open that open, and if y'all learn more about us, this is how we interact. This is why I love the lives, because it's unscripted, and we can just have the conversation, right? And I got my wife laughing at me. But what I was saying was, when we opened that office back and we had to send our teammates back in, it's like they didn't understand the environment. It's like, wait, we were so used to working remotely. We understood that we can get the same amount of work done working remotely. Why do we physically have to be in an office? So now with our cleaning business, it's the same exact thing. We don't physically have to go into an office to run it. We don't physically have to go into anyone's homes to run it.
I'll be in my bed.
We run it completely remote. Yeah. So to wrap that up.
If you're just joining us, we're talking about benefits as to why you should get your cleaning business up and running. Cleaningbusinessuniversity.com/Black Friday 2023 is running an insane sale. It's the lowest it will be. So we just want to let you know that if you're interested in tapping into our course, we have a few people on. I see Jasmine. I see Corey. A few of you guys are on. So thank you for tapping in. But we were just speaking about the benefits. One of the things we said was it's a low-cost startup to get the cleaning business up and running. It is location and time freedom that you're looking for, and it provides that. And did you repeat something else? No, you were just talking about that. Mm-hmm. The other thing is it's a repeat job. What do we mean by that? So reoccurring is the name of the game. I think in not almost anything, but a lot of places, a lot of stores have subscriptions that they try to get you to opt into, things like that, right? And that's the same type of model that we think about when we talk in terms of reoccurring. What I mean is we're cleaning their home either weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. That's reoccurring. You kind of pay for the lead on one of these platforms, and you pay for them once, and they book your services over and over and over. And this business allows that. Sometimes we will start you start the month, say we start November already at $30,000 before we even start marketing, because we have so many reoccurring clients, right? And that's the name of the game. Reoccurring is the name of the game. These companies want your subscription so that you can stay in that model. And that's exactly the same thing that we want when it comes to the cleaning business, and honestly, any other business that we do. We want that reoccurring income, and this allows that, essentially.
Can we talk about the recurring income for a little bit? Because hold on, I'm on YouTube. We're on YouTube and we're on Instagram Live. So if y'all want somebody's asking for the Cleaning Business University stuff, I'll put that here. You go to cleaningbusinessuniversity.com/Black Friday for the link. And if you're on Instagram Live, you could just drop BF and then it'll send you the link. So recurring income is a name in the game, like Janoka said. We have two clients, Mary and what's his name? Mary and Rob. And these sound like fake names, but these are absolutely real names, Mary and Rob. And Mary and Rob, we have cleaned their house every single week for 4 years. Every single week for 4 years. Someone's paying you $200 every single week for 4 years.
Even if Rob is out of town, our team has a key to his home to get in to clean his home. That's how dedicated he is about us cleaning his house. Okay, so that's just to show you we do not miss a week when it comes to the Mary and Rob. Go ahead.
So we say that because, like, how do you get a client like that? That's important too, because we talk about recurring income, we talk about repeat jobs. This is a business where, for example, like carpet cleaning, you may not get your home cleaned every single. You may not carpet clean your home every single week, right? Your windows, you may not do your windows every single week. But things that you're going to do every single week, you might get your hair done. You might get your nails done. You might get a haircut. What else? Like recurring. You get your lawn mowed maybe like every other week. Like for us, you get your lawn mowed every single week. Right? These are recurring. These are income based recurring based incomes where you are always going to need this service. They will never go out of style. You will always need someone to do it. Unless you want someone to do it for you. So going into the next one, there will always be a market for a cleaning service. So as we're going through this, this is why we didn't understand this from day one. But as we got more deeper into the industry and we've been doing this for a longer time, we realized there will never be a time where a cleaning service is not needed.
There will always be homes. And even if you say there will always be homes. So there's that. Like there's always gonna be someone living in a house. So there you have it. But you also can go the other route of going into commercial. There will always be buildings. There will always be someone needing a cleaning at some point. So a lot of people worry about, do people want this? Do people not want this, et cetera, et cetera? Absolutely, people want a cleaning. You just have to find the right people for it, which we also teach that as well. How do you find the right clients? But it is not something that we worry about. Some of you guys, maybe it's your first time hearing us, you're going to ask us if it's oversaturated. It is not oversaturated, because if you live in a place where there's, I don't know, 30,000 people, there probably is 10 cleaning businesses that are operating that you can contact and get a response right away. There's usually way more people than cleaning businesses. So it's not saturated, and it will always be needed no matter where you live, a big city, a large city. I saw somebody ask about city, right? We have students in 42 plus states. So it can work in your area. I promise you it can work in your area wherever you are. That was my thoughts living in Houston. Okay. Somebody's talking about the market saturation.
Well,
no.
And then we kind of Googled some stats as well.
Mhm.
They said 10% of all households have paid at least once to have a cleaning service. Now think about all the households in the world.
Mhm.
At least 10% of them have paid for a cleaning service.
Mhm.
This was actually pre-pandemic numbers. So after pandemic, it's probably much higher. So when you think about it like that, and one of the things that I like to tell people when they say, "Oh, is the market oversaturated?" Let's just think about the amount of homes in your area. We're in Dallas, Texas, and I'm just talking about just the block radius. There's about 40, maybe about 40 houses just on your block radius. Now, how many of those houses do you think get their homes cleaned? When you drive up and down the street, or you walk up and down, you'll see people with their cars. You'll see logos. You'll see things like that. But in regards to the way we run our business, is we're not competing. We'll talk about one of the days we're going to talk about is beating the competition from day one. Dallas is a huge market, right? But easily, there's going to be more competition here, right? If there are more people, there's going to be more competition in your area. So that's one of the things where it's like, is the market oversaturated? Anything could be oversaturated. You can say the real estate market is oversaturated.
Trainers.
Physical trainers, gyms,
Airbnbs, anything.
Airbnbs.
Makeup artists. I can go on the list of oversaturation that I see all the time.
There's always going to be a growing number of people born in the world. So it's always going to be a oversaturation of something. Now, your mindset needs to be, we're going to, like one of these days, we're going to talk about how to beat the competition as a newer business owner. And if you're just joining us, we're talking about the benefits of starting a cleaning business. And some of this may be for you and some of this may not be for you, right? This is our first.
No, I was going to say I was going to answer some questions. I didn't want to lose it.
And we're going to answer some questions as well. But that was one of the things that we thought about as well. We was like, oh, is the market oversaturated? We probably spent maybe like a day or two thinking about oversaturation.
Yeah. I think that it's a mindset, at least for us, like we said, the cleaning business was our first business. So all the things that you're afraid of or think of going wrong is what you think of first. When it comes to businesses, are there ups and downs? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But more than likely, if you're running your business, there probably is going to be more highs and lows. So after a while, you learn not to just focus on the negatives or what you think is going to go wrong. Mm-hmm. We try to tell people, like, you have to try it out and see, like test it and see if this works, see if it doesn't work. But it absolutely can work wherever you are. Like, that's what I'll say. Somebody had a question here. We can go back and forth. Like we said, we're on Instagram and YouTube, so we wanted to say. So I think this person was asking if it could work in the UK. So I'm going to assume you guys have homes and there's cleaners there. So I'm going to say it can work in the UK. In regards to the technology, like some of the places that we use to market, maybe Yelp and Google, I don't know where people would look for local services in the UK per se, but whatever that may be, that would be a place to kind of market.
I would ask.
That would be the only thing I would say about that.
I would ask you guys a question. So when you ask, can this work in my city or state? I would like to ask you guys a question. Are there cleaners in your area? Are there cleaning businesses in your area? Yes or yes? No matter what city and state you're in. Are there cleaners in your area? Yes or yes? Mm-hmm. Are there homes that are probably dirty in your area? Yes or yes? Are there busy professionals or busy individuals that would rather pay to get their time back? Yes or yes? So when we think about business and you think about it in that aspect, there will always be a need for your services, especially for a needs-based business. Cleaning business is a needs-based business. People don't pay to get their homes cleaned. People pay for two things. They pay to get their time back. Huh?
Own a home clean too.
They pay to get their time back.
Yeah.
You could clean your own home, right?
I could.
Everyone here can clean their own home, right?
Yeah.
But people pay to get their time back, or if you can help them make money, and you will always be in business. The cleaning business, you are essentially giving a person their time back, because anyone could get up and just clean a home unless you are physically unable to, right? But anyone could clean their own home if they wanted to. You're not paying for a clean home. You're paying to get your time back so you could use that time to do something else. So when you think about it like that, there will always be a need for your services. My backyard, my lawn is looking crazy right now because the lawn guy didn't come. But I'm like, I'm not going to get a lawnmower. I'm not going to do all of that. I'd rather be here with you guys using my time, my creative energy to create a larger impact than going out and doing my lawn. Unless it's a nice day and I want to get some exercise in.
Sometimes you be feeling like it, but
sometimes you want
a lawnmower, so there's nothing to be done.
Sometimes you want to get your exercise in, but most of the time we'd rather have our time back, which is essentially what we're paying for with a cleaning service.
Do you want to answer some of the questions?
Yeah, so we're going to hop in and answer some questions.
So first one,
where you want to go from? And if you are on YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe to our page and do a thumbs up or a like on this video so we can get more people.
While we start to answer questions, if you're just interested, you can drop BF on Instagram. If not on YouTube, you can go to cleaningbusinessuniversity.com/Black Friday 2023 to get our curriculum from A to Z that teaches you how to get your business up and running without having to clean jobs. And it is the lowest that it will be. So make sure you tap into that. First person said.
And if you are on Instagram Live and you want to tap into YouTube, type YT or YouTube in the chat, and it automatically sends you the link.
A lot of automation going on Instagram.
Where do you want to start at?
We can start here. Somebody said, oh, I was going to keep my link there. I have a carpet cleaning business. Can you help me get out the field and hire workers? So just a little background. When we first started this course and started teaching, we originally named the course Six-Figure Local Service Business, was it called? Because you can use this model in almost any local service, right? You can use this model and go do it for haircuts, nails, window wash, and lawnmower, hiring people to do the job for you. Essentially, that's it. So yes, you can take our course and it will give you all the tech, give you all the information that you would need, but just know our course is focused on the cleaning business, but you can use it for anything. We had a student that took it and opened their cleaning business, and then they took the same model and used it to open up a daycare because you can use it like that. So yes, it can help you in that way. You said you're interested. Okay. Do you need to be in a large city? We touched on this already, so you can move to the other one. You don't need to be in a large city to open your cleaning business. Somebody said, I am interested. When can I start? You can start ASAP. Once you buy on cleaningbusinessuniversity.com/Black Friday, you get the course sent to you immediately. So there'll be nothing stopping you from getting started.
Yes. And I'll get to the next one. So
okay.
They said, what are your monthly operating expenses? So this will depend on where you are in your business. So the way I like to answer this question is, how passive do you want the business to be? So people always talk about the word, I want passive income, right? But what does passive mean to you? Does passive mean that you do absolutely nothing? Because when you do absolutely nothing, that means you have to pay someone else to do everything for you, whether it's systems, whether it's procedures, or whether it's people. You got to pay someone. So that's going to be that's going to show you how either passive or, I like to say, aggressive your business is going to be. So the monthly operating expenses, you're going to pay for things like, especially in a remote cleaning business, since you're not physically paying for employees, you're not paying for car insurance, you're not paying for health insurance. Most of your expenses are going to be around marketing. That's going to be a big one for your business. How fast do you want to grow? How many clients do you want? That's going to be a lot of your expenses, because we don't do door-to-door knocking. We don't do cold calls. Our business is 100% dedicated online. So we're not physically leaving our house to do anything in our business. So for us, we have an operations manager. We got a customer service manager. We got people who are answering the phones, answering the emails, making sure we are getting back to our customers as soon as possible. We have obviously marketing. And then your other expenses for any business is going to be the people, right? So how much you decide to pay the people that you're working with, whether you use employees or contractors. We use contractors. Some people decide to do hourly, right? But with hourly, you're going to have to spend more time tracking their hourly wages. All right, you're going to have to worry about people milking the clock or clients worrying about stuff like that. So you can do a flat rate where you're doing a percentage-based split. So you can do 50-50, 60-40, whatever you decide. So those are some of your monthly operating expenses that you have to run in your business.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as we grow, our monthly expenses grow as well. But that's Do you think this will work if I live in another country? So, are you living in, let's go with, not Puerto Rico, sorry, Dominican Republic, and your business is here in America? Then it absolutely could work because it's remote. How would it work in that specific, like Dominican Republic or specific countries? I'm not really sure, depending on how much they spend, that type of stuff. But a cleaning business can work anywhere. Every country has cleaning businesses. It just depends on how they market, how they find their people, maybe a little different from the way that we do it here. So I'm gonna say yes, your business can run. It just depends. How much do you guys charge for mentorship hand on? So that's a good question. Our course is a kind of go at your own pace. You take it and goodbye. You kind of let us know if you made it or not. But then
No, we actually you go through the course and then we also have a community and we do live calls like this inside of our community as well. You're hosting a live call tomorrow night. So we don't just disappear from you guys.
That one's a different one. Corey, that is here, is actually hosting one on Wednesday in our community. But yeah, we don't disappear. But so that's one thing. We do have a higher program where we work with people for a certain amount of time. If you're interested in that, then we will just kind of get your contact and reach out to you.
So we talked about. So can you remote in a city and what you work in a city away from you? How far should you be from your clients? You can be as far as you want from your clients, right? Yeah. And we say that because you're not physically going to their houses. There will never be a time you physically need to go to a client's home. So you could be in Dallas, you could be in Puerto Rico, you could be in Maldives, Dubai. In 2 weeks, we're gonna be in South Africa somewhere. So you don't physically need to be in a client city. But we always recommend that you start your business in at least the city and state you are living in, because you're going to have more knowledge of that, right? So we were in Dallas, Texas. We had knowledge of Dallas, Texas, so we started our business in Dallas, Texas. So we always recommend you. We could have started in Brooklyn, but it was our first business, so we didn't really understand it. So, but we always say start at least and understand and get more knowledge of the business, and then expand as you go. So tons of them. You both explained this really well.
How do you deal with the high cost of background checks? It's just the cost of business.
Cost of doing business.
That's what we want to do. We want to make sure that people we're working with have a background check, and so we're willing to pay it.
Yeah. So when there's gonna be some costs associated with your business that are unavoidable. If you want to, like we tell our clients, and this is why we're able to charge more, because our clients are asking those things like, are your people background check? Are they insured? Yes and yes. So you want to be able to market your business where you can say, I want to be able to make more money, but I also want to be able to charge more. Now, you're going to charge more because in your mind, you're like, I have all these things that my ideal client are looking for. They don't want the people who are not legal. They don't want the people who don't speak English. They want people they can communicate with. They want to know you guys have customer service. They want to know that you are managing your business efficiently. So that's just the cost of doing business, but it could also allow you to market your services a lot higher.
Somebody said, if your employees don't go to a job, do you go out yourself? So we don't have employees. We have contractors. We want to be very clear on that. There is a big difference between the two.
Yes,
That's the reason why we'll always specify it. But no, we do not. Now, I do understand starting out, it can be very anxiety provoking. I know some of our students that say that they would go do the job if someone can't do it, but it's not something that we do. So we just kind of explain to the client, and we would obviously run the risk of losing them, but sometimes people are understandable and kind of move the date. Does the Black Friday deal extend to Friday of this week? Not really sure, to be quite honest. We've been running this deal since the 10th. It's been going on, so I'm not sure when we will cut it off. No guarantees of anything.
But as we get closer to Black Friday, the higher the price goes.
Up. That does happen.
So we're gonna hop into Instagram. So would of course provide everything we need to start, system, software, absolutely. So we give and I don't want to just talk about the course, but Cleaning Business University, we give you all of that stuff. We talk about the course. Yes. So our bookings for when we start our business, right? We give you everything you needed, but we also want to say that they're going to be things that we absolutely recommend. So like our booking software is a thing that we recommend, because as you grow and scale, a lot of cleaning business owners that we speak to, they're like, oh, I document my stuff via Excel or email or in my notepad. But that's okay when you do 5, 10 cleanings. Last week we had, I don't know how many cleanings.
But we had our biggest week. We didn't make a post about that. We had our biggest week ever in the business this past week. So we're still hitting milestones as we continue to grow.
So last week we had almost 70 cleanings last week. So it's gonna be hard to keep track of 70 people when you're going through your documents, when you're writing in your notebook, when you're doing this, that, and the third. So our CRM that we recommend manages all this stuff for you, so you don't have to kind of try to figure this out. They manage it for you, so it's not something that you have to kind of worry about. All right, so we're gonna hop back in. We answer a lot of the questions here.
You can keep writing it there. We'll get back to it after. But if you're just joining us, we are speaking about reasons that you should start this cleaning business. And somebody said, wow. Reasons that you should start this cleaning business, the benefits of it. We spoke about it not requiring a big budget to get started. We're talking $1,500 to $2,000 to get started in the business, and not all in one shot. You can run it from anywhere. You get time back in that you are not going to do the cleaning. Do I have to be available on the computer? Do I have to be available maybe to speak to clients? Yes, but I'm not physically going to do the job. It's a repeat job. We love the reoccurring feature of it. Clients can book you weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, every 3 weeks, every day if they wanted to. Maybe you have a turnover. Clients can book you very frequently. The market will always need cleaning businesses.
We don't need you guys to start. No shade to anyone on this Instagram live. We do not need any more t-shirt lines.
Oh, what about one t-shirt?
We don't need any more t-shirt lines. And we say that because you need to have a needs-based business. We don't need any more t-shirts. So I want you guys to think about this. No matter what business you start, how are you deciding what field you're going to go in? Like, we don't need any more t-shirt lines. I love my Target tees. Absolutely. You need to start a needs-based business, something that's going to be around long before you, and is going to be around long after you. The cleaning industry has been around for centuries at this point. There was always somebody cleaning something. The actual cleaning business, where people got paid to clean homes, that's been around for about 100 years now. So there's always going to be a need for it. Your grandmother cleaned, your great-grandmother cleaned. There's always somebody cleaning houses. When people start getting paid for it, it's going to be here long after us. So these are needs-based essential businesses. During the pandemic, what business did not get shut down during the pandemic? The cleaning business. Now, we didn't have any idea, any inclination that the pandemic was going to happen.
No, obviously not.
Obviously not, but it did. But one of the businesses that were considered needs-based businesses was the cleaning industry. So when people say, is this recession-proof? Well, we know for a damn fact it's pandemic-proof when 90% of businesses were shut down and were closed. So those are things you got to think about. And during right as of the time we're recording this, we're quote unquote either in a recession or going towards a recession. But we haven't seen a dip in our numbers. Like we said, last week we had our biggest week in the cleaning business ever. And our goal in this year has been one of our biggest years in the cleaning business as well. So we're always on a forward trajectory in this business. So we say for a fact that there's always a need for
it. In regards to other benefits of it, you become your own boss. Now, some people can't handle that, and I understand that.
We got to do cons on that too.
There is. Well, there's pros and cons in anything in life. So I ain't gonna go into the cons. You can find it out if you want. But you becoming your own boss, I think, gives you a different type of feeling, right? But there is a part that you need to find structure and know how to balance it all. But being your own boss, being an entrepreneur, it gives you options. That is our biggest thing. If you follow us for years, if you're just following us now, just hearing us speak, our biggest thing is options. We ain't never going to tell you to leave your 9 to 5.
Drop the word.
Stay as long as you want.
Drop the word options in the chat, y'all.
I am still at my 9 to 5. Doesn't mean I'm always going to be there, but I'm going to just say we're never going to tell you to drop your 9 to 5 because do what you like. But we do feel that you should have options. We do feel like you never know what can happen, and you should have something on the side just in case to sustain you. Maybe it becomes generational wealth, whatever the case may be. And that's what being your own boss and having this business does allow you being able to do that, right? What else did we have here?
Be your own boss. Listen, being your own boss is not for everybody. There are some people who are better off being employees.
Yeah, and that's fair.
And that's okay. But there are a lot of people that have the skills. You are a boss at your job. You are a leader. You are an influencer. People ask you where you're going to lunch. What are you going to eat for lunch? That means you are a boss. That means you are an influencer. That means you have some following. So you can. I was talking to somebody about this past weekend, and I was like, you could be an influencer. Everyone in their rightful sense is an influencer. Are you going to be an influencer of something positive or something negative? If you are influencing people to go to lunch, making right choices, eating better, you're an influencer. Or you can influence them to go out during the lunch break and smoke cigarettes and gossip and talk about the shade room. You are influencing people. Your job is to find out what type of influencer are you. And if you are influencing people to do things positive or negative, you are a boss or you have boss-like tendencies. People are following you. You have leadership qualities. So now it's time to take your leadership qualities that you have in your 9 to 5 or your personal life and input them into something that you actually own and control.
The other thing is scaling the business can be pretty simple, right? Now, we only market online. We speak about that all the time. We market online. Some people do door to door. Some people have friends and family. But with us marketing online, it's kind of like a faucet, right? So if we know, things may be a little slower, we want to have a higher month. That means we just kind of put more money into our marketing efforts. So we figure out other ways of how can we get these people back with us that we've cleaned before. And then if we're like, oh no, it's too much, we can't handle it, we turn the faucet down. So scaling can be easier. It's not as difficult as people think. It does require money. Yeah, I would say that, especially since we're only doing it online. If people have their marketing efforts in other places, then that looks a little different, right? It may not be just all money. It could be word of mouth of someone telling someone that you have a cleaning business and now you're doing a college, right? Or now you're doing a residential building, sorry. So scaling can be pretty simple with this business. Another reason why we find it to be a benefit, you kind of get in at a low cost startup, you get a groove of what it is, what it looks like. Could take you 1 to 3 months to have a full understanding of the business, and then you can scale and go off. Like we said, we have students that are hit 200K in their first year. Their second year, they hit 500K. We have our first millionaire student that hit $1 million in 2.5 years. We have other students behind him going to do it in 1.5 years, so on and so forth. So once you kind of know what it is, there's no stopping you, right? We can't take the information back from you. The business is yours, and you can scale and grow as big, as fast, as slow as you like, based on your efforts and money that you put into marketing. So,
yeah, that's a good point. Scaling can be a challenge for some people. You have to learn your process and procedures. You have to be ready for that as well.
As a business owner.
As a business, I was talking to a young lady, and she was like, "Well, I want to do this, that, and the third." And I was like, "Do you know what it takes to do this, that, and the third?" And if you don't understand that part of it, it will be hard for you to scale because you could say, "I'm going to put $10,000 into marketing," but do you have the ability to answer those phones when they start ringing? When those Google leads start coming in? When the Yelp messages start coming in? Are you picking up the phone on time? Do you have the customer service? So those are things that you want to think about before you start thinking about scaling the business. Do you have the basis all covered, right? So that's another thing. This is a good question in chat. Do you find cleaners first or the business?
Ooh, I love this question.
That's a fantastic question. It's like the chicken. It's like the chicken or the egg.
Yeah. My question to that is, when you say, do you find the cleaners or business first, are you going to do the business if it comes in first? That's always my question. So if you plan to go out and do it, if you get a booking before you have a cleaner, then look for the business first. But if you don't, you need to at least have 2 cleaners, I would say, first before you start to market your services. And it works out because they're contractors. They generally have their own businesses. They work with other companies. So they're not just relying on you only for business. So my suggestion is you get the cleaners first and the business will always come.
Absolutely. So how long should it take a person to get through the course if they go at it nonstop? You can get through it in a couple hours, but are you going to take action? That's more important. It's like you go through the course, you go through the information, but now it's like how much action are you taking? How fast are you at taking that action? So that's one of the things that I would rather you focus on versus for how fast can I get there? Or how fast can I go through the information? So that's one thing I want you guys to focus on as well. So another thing is,
wow. I just wanted to read the question.
Okay. Yeah, we could go through some more questions, guys.
When you say $250, what do you mean? Is it for the whole package? I'm not sure what you're referring to for $250. Because we don't have anything at that price, so I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Are there any hidden fees? We don't have any hidden fees. Everything that we tell you is what we give you. So if you go to cleaningbusinessuniversity.com/Black Friday, everything that we're giving you, it tells you right there.
Listed there.
So it's listed. So that's the one thing you want to think about as well. It's right there in front of you when you go to that page. So it's going to tell you everything that Cleaning Business University entails, what we're giving you. So we don't hide any. There's no hidden
testimonials on there. We have our students coming here. When somebody asked Miss Jazz, "Are you in the cleaning business?" I think she got off of YouTube and went to Instagram, but she is in the cleaning business. Yeah, I don't know what else you wanted to know about that. Somebody said, "Did you say that you still just keep?" You can stay on the link. Okay. Question. Did you say that you still go to a 9 to 5? Yes, I still have a 9 to 5 job. I work there daily. Yeah. I'm off the days, Friday, Thursday, Friday, but yeah, I still have a 9 to 5. You scroll Congratulations. Somebody said where you find the Black Friday special, so I will speak on it. On Instagram, you can just type the word BF, and the Black Friday special will be sent
Or the word
directly
Black
to
Friday.
DM or Black Friday. On YouTube, you have to go and type it in, cleanandbusinessuniversity.com/Black Friday 2023. This is the lowest that our course will be. We don't know when we'll change the price, but the closer we get to Black Friday, the more this price goes up, because it has been this special for at least a week plus now. So, yes.
And another thing is that when you join Clean Your Business University, you get access to everything that we're talking about here in more detail, right? We're going to go live this entire week. So make sure you guys are tapped in. You got more questions, you got more comments, you got more concerns. We got topics for every single day of this week. We're celebrating 6 years in our cleaning business. We've crossed about $2 million in revenue in our cleaning business. What? That's what?
No,
we've crossed $2 million in our cleaning business. We've done over, I forgot what the numbers are. Our numbers are there. But the importance is the impact. Our students have done over $10 million in the cleaning industry. They've opened up cleaning businesses in 42 plus states, and they've done over 60,000 cleanings. We just got that update today as well of our student success. So we want to let you guys know we are here all week. We appreciate you guys being here on YouTube and Instagram. Congratulations. And the reason that we do this is because we've done this for the last 3 years, and it's because we don't have a physical storefront. So there is no grand opening, grand closing at a physical location.
This is it.
Our cleaning business is 100% online. So we decided since our business is online, we celebrate it online here with you guys. So there's no physical locations, none of that stuff. So we celebrate it here with you guys. And we decided to go live every single day this week, even Thanksgiving, even Black Friday, do some Q&As, answer questions. And we know a lot of people may know us from, some of our OG followers, people who are brand new.
I was going to say, so there's maybe some places that you're like, I don't really know you guys, so I want to learn more. There's a few places. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. This is our YouTube channel. We have a podcast called More Than a Side Hustle Podcast, and we have tons of information on there, at least 7 testimonials from students. We talk about the cleaning business all the time. We also just talk about entrepreneurship, right? Like just business and entrepreneurship. This was our first business 6 years ago. Now we're 6 years in. This business has allowed us to have Anthony retire from his job, allowed us to travel to Maldives and Dubai, allowed us to buy multiple rental properties, so on and so forth. So we're sharing this and we're having students grow and hit these things. It's bigger than just a cleaning business. This is just what do you call this? Pathway? What you use, a tool, basically. A tool that you use to get to whatever else your goals really are, right? So when people hear cleaning business, obviously it's not something sexy and cute, and that's okay, but it gets me to my goals. It gets us where we want to be, and we hope the same for you guys, right? If the cleaning business isn't the end goal, totally fine, but use it to have those options outside your 9 to 5. Use it to go ahead and do whatever else you want to do, whatever dreams and things you want to do. Use the cleaning business for that at our lowest cost at cleanandbusinessuniversity.com/Black Friday 2023.
And it's absolutely changed our life because, like I said, we're closing in on our 2nd million in the cleaning business. And then we just had our largest week ever. We're 6 years into this thing. So we are still doing the thing that we are teaching. That is super important because there's a lot of people out there, no shade to anyone, that told y'all to go do something, that told y'all to get into something, that told y'all to buy this and do that, and they don't even do the thing anymore. And I think there is a time and place we can say, I don't do that thing anymore. That's okay. But we are still doing the thing, but we're doing it at a high level and still growing, right? So we've been doing it for 6 years. We just did $20,000 last week in our cleaning business. We did 70 plus cleanings. That was our highest week, the most amount of cleanings we've ever done. And we're still growing, and we're still growing at this rate. We have a full-time operations manager who managed we also own a virtual assistant business. She managed that business for us. Now she managed our cleaning business. Now she manages this part of the business. So we're even moving our teammates who started with us to different roles and opportunities as we learn more, as we grow more, and as we scale more. We're bringing them along for the ride. So when we started this business, we didn't understand the opportunity for us to continue to make this impact. But when they came and told us that our students they've made over $13 million in the cleaning industry. They've done over 60,000 cleanings. They've opened up businesses in 42 plus states. We're seeing the impact every single day. So those are things that you got to think about when you start this business, because it's not just going to be about, yes, it's going to be about making money, But when you get those first messages from your cleaners that say, you've changed their life, or they've been able to travel, or they're putting their son through medical school based off the business that you've created, you realize that there is a higher road to impact the longer you go and the longer you show up for your people. So that's why we're gonna be here a week. Like we've been showing up. You guys know we got the content. We got the YouTube. We know we got all of that stuff. But we're still showing up. We're still giving you guys the information. We're still giving you the game as we learn and grow. So those are the things that we're continuously doing to create that impact as well.
Let me see. We got a few minutes before we got to get to our daughter. So you don't have to click it. I can just read. Somebody said, do you make them pay a percentage up front? And if so, how? I'm not sure who you're talking about, but if you're talking about the customer, we take the cards, we take payments, and we put a hold on their account before we go out to the cleaning. So I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to. How many contractors do you currently work with? To be honest, I think we're at 10 to 12, but I couldn't tell you an exact number.
Remember, we don't so the way we run our business, we meet with our operations manager, and she tells us what we need. She tells us the challenges. She tells us if we need more people, and we kind of go over those metrics and numbers. So we don't. That's a great question. What's been your biggest challenge in this business?
So the biggest challenge in the biggest challenge in the business that we always sing is finding good people. And that's in any business. I always reference, like, if you work at a 9-to-5 or you work at a job, there's probably people at your job that you're like, I don't know why they're here. I don't know why I work with them. They ain't doing nothing, blah, 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 blah. But finding good people is the difficult part. Can we find cleaners? Yes, that can be easy. But people that are responsible, people that show up on time, people that are dressed appropriately, all those things, that can be the most time-consuming thing. If you hear it in our course, I hear a lot of people say they hear it in their ears, like, always be hiring, because that's something that we drill all the time. You think you have enough people, you don't. And to be honest, the more people you have, the more you can grow, right? So the more people you have, the more people that you're able to market more, because I have 10 people, I have 15 people, I have 3 people versus 1. So that is the biggest challenge, I would say, finding good people. And then after that will be people. Clients can be, let's use the word bizarre, if you like. But that's just people in general. If you're on social media, you see people, and that's exactly how they act when it comes to services that they pay for. Social media is free. So imagine they paying for it. So that's the next, I would say that's the next challenge, if you will.
If you are not the type of person who can manage, if you're not the type of person who can manage people, or if you're not willing to manage people, personalities, this may not be the business for you. Like, I manage people at my job. Like, I manage 30, I've hired over 100 people. I've managed 30 at any given time as a director. So I learned how to manage people. I learned how to manage personalities. I learned how to manage highs and lows. I learned how to incentivize people. So those are some of the things that I came from my 9-to-5 job. So I learned how to do that at my job. So when I tell you guys that there are skills that you have at your 9-to-5 job that can apply to business, those are one of those things. So, but I understood that, listen, I run this business, so there may be some things that I don't want to deal with. At my job, I didn't run that. So I had to deal with some things. So there were, like, I would hand off customers to Janoka, like, listen, I'm about to give this lady her refund back because I don't want to deal with it. You handle the conversation. Because I'm like, I don't need this lady's money. I don't like the way she's talking to me. But she's been able to walk people off the edge. So there's going to be skill sets that you have that you got to recognize that you have. They're going to be things that you don't know until you get in a situation. Right. So that's why we documented everything in Cleaning Business University. But even so, we can't document every single nuance that you will go through. There are going to be some growing pains that you have to learn on your own, because our growing pains won't be the same as yours.
And that's why you have a community.
And that's why you have a community.
And so somebody said they have a complete opposite issue. They have responsible people, but not enough jobs. I don't know right now. I don't have to dive specifically into your business to see what your marketing looks like to know why, like, what's going on and stuff like that. So that would be the big place that I would say to start.
And in regards, I know we answered this a few times, but it's all good. I live in Illinois. In Orlando, make sure you if you guys are watching YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Get us to 5K subscribers while we're here. And yes, you can absolutely have clients in Arizona and live in another city or state. This is a remote business where we didn't physically have to go out and go to our clients' homes, go to do contracts, go to do walkthroughs, any of that type of stuff. Now, that's totally up to you how you decide to run your business when you get into it. You can start our way, and then as you learn the business, you may say, hey, I want to do walkthroughs. Hey, I want to do commercial. Hey, I want to do this. I want to do Airbnbs, right? The purpose of this is to help you build the foundation of your business that you know as you grow, you decide which route you want to go. So that's going to be really up to you.
So I just want to remind you guys, we will be on live IG and YouTube this entire week. So Tuesday and Wednesday will be 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern again. So if you had a question that we didn't get to answer, bring it again tomorrow. We'll be talking about, what's tomorrow's topic?
As you find a topic, what do you do if your employees don't show up? So if someone doesn't show up to a job, we don't go to the job. We don't go to the job. So what we would do is what a normal person would do. We would call the client, let them know something came up, and we would ask for their forgiveness. We will offer to rectify it, and if they allow us to rectify it, we'll rectify it. If they don't, we just lost the client, and we got to do better next time. So those are the things that I would recommend you focusing on if somebody doesn't show up to a job. That's not something that we make or that makes or breaks our day at this point. It happens. Yeah. People don't. What happens if somebody doesn't show up to your 9-to-5 job? If you got a 9-to-5 job, what happens if somebody doesn't show up? Yeah. That's something that your manager, CEO has to think about. They normally don't hop in and do the job for you.
So yeah, that's what I was saying. Sorry, we're going live Monday through Friday on YouTube and on Instagram. So
it's a celebration, y'all.
Make sure you tap in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We will be here 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, and then on Thursday and Friday we'll be here at 12 p.m. Now tomorrow's topic is beat the competition as new business. So a lot of you that are worried about it being in your city, a lot of people that are worried about, I'm just starting out. How do I find people? We're going to go into detail as to how you stand out with the way that we teach you. As a new business owner, a new cleaning business owner in your city. So if you're just joining, we're about to tap out. But if you want to know more, if you would like the course at the lowest it's been, you can type BF on Instagram. If you are on YouTube, you can go to cleaningbusinessuniversity.com/Black Friday 2023. It is the lowest that it will be. So don't come back in a week. Don't come back in 5 days asking me, oh, can I get that price? No. It's been this price for a little bit over a week. So make sure you tap in and go ahead and get that deal. We're excited to have this sale. We don't do sales, so this is exciting. If you've been following us, this is something, like we said, the lowest it will be. And let's get it.
And this business has changed our life, man. So we know the power of it. And not only changed our lives, changed our students' lives. So those are things that this is why we want to start the IG Live or the series or the celebration this week with this topic, because it has changed our lives. It has changed our students' lives. It has changed their clients' lives, their clients' lives. So we truly believe this is a business model that anyone can operate, and you can't lose if you don't quit. Yes, Black Friday is our official anniversary, so this is why we go live. And shout outs to y'all for remembering that too. We got our first client on Black Friday. So we're going to talk about some of those first jobs as well. But we celebrate this week to honor us going live and opening our business this week. 6 years ago today, we decided we wanted to do this thing, and we did it.
You says the start amount $250 or $747. Sorry, $747 is the price of the course right now. It is usually $997. $250 is how much it is off. I think that's what it's showing on the top. The starting is $747. That is the price at the Black Friday special. Currently, it will never be $250.
Where should we go to register? cleaningbusinessuniversity.com/Black Friday, y'all. I'm dropping a link here. And if you go to cleaningbusinessuniversity.com/Black Friday, you will get that link. And you could DM us, and you don't got to put that. You can get it there. And
that's it.
Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. After Black Friday, that price is going back up, and it will be higher than that as well. Our students just hit $13 million. $13 million. So the higher they do, the higher the course goes.
Somebody said, so once the payment is made, what is the next process? The next process is that you get access to the course. Now, some people may be looking at our Black Friday special, where we do have a bonus that someone can get if they like. We have our scripts that we're selling to people. So scripts, some people say, I don't know what to say when I get on the phone. We have the scripts available for you to buy. If you don't want it, you can just ignore it. But scripts, what to say with objections, and you get 2 months into our community that we speak about with 250 plus students in there that have the cleaning business as well. But once you buy the course, it is sent to you automatically, and you can get started. So, yes.
Yes,
Anything else
yes.
on your part?
That's it, y'all. We appreciate y'all coming in. We appreciate y'all tapping in for night one. We are live all week, celebrating 6 years in the cleaning business, 6 years of us doing this, and not even just teaching the thing, we're also still doing it. So we appreciate y'all guys tapping in.
Thank you.
Yes, we are out of here. Peace. We will see y'all tomorrow. We'll be here.
I'm already out.
All right. She is already